What's up, YouTube? I gotta turn this thing around. But look, I want to talk to y'all about hiring your friends, hiring your family. How do you do it? How do you get away with it? How am I able to get away with it? As y'all know, my brother subcontracts for me. He's my number one go-to guy. He runs my business for me while I'm in Florida. My dad also works for me. Who else? My sister has worked for me. A lot of people, a lot of friends, a lot of family, right? Most of the people that work for me are either friends or family. But I do have people who are complete strangers that I got off of Craigslist, Facebook, all type of stuff, right? So here's the secret. Well, first off, I'll tell you the secret that I always tell everybody when it comes to hiring friends or hiring family. The number one thing is you never hire anybody. Don't hire anybody that you won't feel comfortable firing, okay? If you can't feel comfortable firing them, don't hire them, period. So that's rule number one. So if you know that you can't look your mom in the face and say, Mom, you gotta go, don't put her in there, period, all right? Because it's going to come, it might come a time where you're going to have to fire them, or it's definitely going to come a time where you're going to have to correct them, and you got to be able to do that with no sugarcoating involved, okay? So that's rule number one. But the other thing, the most important thing for, definitely, shout out Sierra, she here with me, Sierra can cook. Go subscribe to her channel. But the number one thing, what I realized too, and I haven't shared this before, what I realized why hiring family has been successful for me is because I had strangers working for me already. That's something that I just realized today as we were talking about it in the mastermind group, and they were like, I'm hiring friends and family, they don't seem to be working out for me, maybe I need to get some strangers. And so my answer to that is yes, you do need to go get some strangers, because what I realized when I first started off, I had friends and family, and guess what? They didn't take it serious. The reason why they didn't take it serious is because it was me. You know what I mean? Because now that I look back into it, I didn't do anything different the first time when it wasn't working with family as I'm doing now when it's now working with family. So the only difference is I have strangers involved. So when I first started, I had family members working for me. I let all of them go, right, and restarted. Then I had strangers that I found off Craigslist working for me. And then next thing you know, now when I hire friends and family, they saw, hey, this is a legit business. You know what I mean? He got this guy. Who is he? You know what I mean? So one, they see that you're serious, they'll take you more serious as well. You know what I mean? So that's my real secret for hiring friends and family is, number one, hire strangers first, because they'll respect you more. Like, I could say the exact same thing in the exact same tone to a complete stranger and they'll take it serious. Why? Because they don't know me like that. So they looking at me as the boss just because that's the first impression that they ever got from me. But if you got your big cousin trying to come work for you, then their first impression is going to be the one that you always had growing up. Oh, that's Bullethead. You know, that's Knucklehead. That's just AJ. You know, whatever your little nickname is or whatever. They can't. It's hard for them to take you serious at first, no matter how serious you are about yourself. So get you some strangers in there, and then again, like I said, don't hire anybody who you ain't comfortable confronting or firing or correcting. All right, let me read a couple comments. He says, King C, shout out King C's. He said, I hit you up on IG, bro, on the DM, but now, hold on. He said, on the family tip, was like that at first, but now y'all gotta excuse me, I'm on the interstate, so it's hard to read these. Now it's different. They see how serious I am now. Exactly. You know what I mean? Sometimes it take that time for them to see that you serious, for them to take you serious. Shout out Michael. Oh, that's my brother right here. Okay. He says, oh no, that might be my brother. I don't know. That's a different Michael Simmons. Okay, who is this? Michael something else. Okay, shout out Michael. I thought it was my brother though. That's his name. He said, I have my girlfriend in a manager role now because I have a full-time job already. She audits the accounts, trains, and fills in. I'm gonna tell you, y'all already know that's my key to success, is I had my girl with me too. She was with me by my side, whether it was cleaning, whether it was filling in and going to clean for me, whether it was training people because I couldn't be there. What it was, she was by my side, so that definitely helps a lot when you got somebody that share that same mutual interest with you and got a little stake in the company as well. What else I got? King C said, yeah, that's how I'm rocking. That's how I'm rocking too, definitely. Mike Sims, he also said, I knew what type of worker she was, very committed and hard worker, definitely. And that makes a difference when you know the person's character. You know what I mean? You know you can trust them. And that's why it is good to hire friends and family too, because you know them already. You know their character. So it's good to put them in there, but you just got to make sure that they can take it serious first. And like I said, the best way to do that is to get you some strangers in there. Gabrielle, shout out Gabrielle, one of them. Gabriel, okay. That makes better sense. He says, when you start a company, is it smart to pay under the table at first? Is it smart to do it? I won't say yes to that just because it's illegal. But will you do it? Probably. I did it. You know what I mean? Most people do it when they first starting off, just because, for one, you don't know how to pay legitimately, right? At first, you don't even know because nobody teaches you this stuff. You got to keep researching. But then for two, just because you just need help. You know what I mean? When I first started, I just needed somebody to come out here real quick and help me get through these 6 buildings today. I don't need you every day, but I got 8 weekend accounts, and I need you to come out here and do these 8 weekend accounts with me right quick. You know what I mean? So I did start off doing that until I finally learned that I get taxed on it. You know what I mean? So as long as I'm getting taxed on it, I don't want, like, if I'm going to get taxed on it, I want to make it. I want it to be my money. You know, I want to get taxed on the money that I make. So that's why I started making sure that I didn't pay under the table anymore, because I didn't want to get taxed for money that I wasn't even receiving. All right, so that's why I stopped. But yeah, a lot of people, most people do start off paying under the table, and that's one of the secrets that I do discuss in the I think it's 5 secrets to maximize profits with a cleaning franchise. That's on my website. So yeah, you got that one for free. All right, but that one a big one anyway. Mike also says, he said, my view on that is, make sure you think long term. If you treat it like a short-term cash job, they will too. If they good workers, it's hard to break the cash cycle. Definitely. And that's another thing too. That's a very important point. Shout out to Mike for that. People won't take you serious if you pay under the table. That's another thing. I got a guy that I know, and he's asking me tips for how am I able to find people. Like, why is my position not a high turnover position, like the jobs that I provide? Because usually this is like your janitors, basically, right? That's supposed to be a high turnover job, you would think. But everybody that I've ever had stayed with me as long as I've allowed them to stay with me. You know what I mean? So he's asking me, like, what's your secret? What do you do? And I think that makes a difference too. Like, I actually have printed checks. I don't just give out cash. You know what I mean? So that makes a difference. It makes people feel like it's a legitimate company. I make sure everybody got one official shirt, like an actual uniform. Sometimes they get 2. If they make it 2 years, I think we give them 2. Or they might get 2 off the top and then they get a 3rd one. And then I don't know. Jenna handled that part, so I don't know. I don't care about that type of stuff. I care about it. Can you do the job or not? But she can worry about the little outfits, right? But yeah, that's a good point though. Let's see what we got. Alice Ugo, shout out Alice Ugo. He says, long-time legend AJ, been so busy with business that I miss your videos. Definitely, man. It's like YouTube in general just all of a sudden clapped all my videos. A lot of my videos not get monetized anymore. I noticed that they're not putting it out to people as much. I don't get as much feedback on my lives anymore. So I don't know what's going on. So a lot of people not even getting the notifications, but it's all good. I'm still here. I'm gonna keep going regardless. What else we got? Gabriel said, how much money do you think you spend on average on just supplies per account? That's usually between, so the training video teaches you that it's going to cost anywhere between 2 to 3%. For me, I say 1%. 1% of whatever the account grows per month, is that's how much you should put up per month for supplies, because the only thing that you're really buying over and over again is the chemical itself, because the rags get washed and you put the rags back. But the chemical itself, you got to replenish. Gloves, you got to replenish. You might do mop heads every quarter. Backpack vacuum bags, you might do those maybe every quarter. So it all depends on how much traffic's in the account, and also how often you clean it, how well they're maintaining your supplies and all of that. But it's not a lot. It don't cost a lot at all. That's one of the good things about this business, that the equipment is not a very high overhead. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up in a little bit, but I'm gonna get a couple more questions. He says, Mike says, want to know why we aren't live tuning? We are out there working. Definitely. Definitely, that's what's up though. Be out there working, ain't nothing wrong with that. But you can listen and work at the same time. get that YouTube red, and you can listen without the ads, and you can turn the screen off and not let it drain your battery. But definitely be out there getting it. Most importantly, you can listen to everybody you want to listen to and read everybody's book, but if you don't take no action, it don't make no sense. It's all pointless. But what else we got? Getting off this exit right quick, so give me a second. Gabriel says, is Simply Green good for floors? I never use Simple Green for floors, but I would assume so. I know Simple Green is good for everything else, as far as wiping down and stuff. I would think so. Just make sure that you don't, any chemical, if you use too much of it, is bad. If you don't use enough of it, it won't be effective. So just make sure you're using it to what the formula requires on the back of the instructions. All right. And then he said Fabuloso. Is Fabuloso better? Fabuloso is nothing, to be honest. Fabuloso doesn't disinfect. I like to use disinfectants, but it's good for the smell. And some customers like it. Other customers will shame you for it because they feel like it's not a commercial product, which it isn't. So, but if you feel like it works, definitely use it because it smells good, but it doesn't disinfect. So that's why I don't even use Fabuloso at all. What else we got? Keen Season said, yeah, bro, I haven't been able to catch much live feeds because I got more accounts to manage, bro, but got another walkthrough Tuesday. Definitely keep getting them. Let's keep getting it. Sierra says, I use Simple Green on my floors. I dilute it pretty properly though. Yeah, so, and I would imagine that it worked just fine on the floor. So yeah, I wouldn't see why not. And 9 times out of 10, you just trial and error. That's everything. Just try stuff and see how it performs for you. But it's an all-purpose cleaner. It's an all-purpose, definitely mean all-purpose. She said she also used a deck brush to scrub first too. What else? How much water do you add? Oh, he said, how much water do you add, Sierra? You probably can just check the back of the container though. She said she don't use the spray. She washed the floor. No, she said I don't use spray bottles. Only my floors. Gotcha. Okay, what else? Joe Bill, shout out Joe Bill. He said, what up, AJ? How's everything? I'm out here grinding, man. Everything is good though. Everything is excellent. Everything is excellent. I'll leave it there. I was talking to the mastermind group. I'm talking to so many different people all the time. I don't know who the hell I'm talking to or what's the last thing I said. But anyway, I'm about to wrap it up. Alex Lugo said, AJ, is carpet cleaning a good business to add to my clean? Absolutely. Absolutely. All special services are great additions to add to your business because they pay you way more, okay? So you can pay a guy $10 an hour just like you would to clean any other business, any other building rather. But when you're doing special services, you're making upwards around 50 to 100 to make even more than 100 sometimes per hour. So special services is a big boost. I caught on to that later. I just wanted to keep it simple and only clean, nice, clean offices, but special services is definitely the way to go. Any of them. I like carpets in particular because that's it don't take long like strip and wax. I still don't care for strip and wax, but it's excellent money in strip and wax. I just don't like the time that it takes. We got a lot of coming in. Mike says, AJ, can you highlight securing an account outside a franchise in your next videos for current franchise owners? Oh yeah, definitely. Well, so I go over it a little bit out here. That's really more of the mastermind group type thing, so I can't get too detailed. But I tell you this, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. I think the part that franchise owners might not understand is the paperwork side of it. How do you actually bid on it? How do you send a proposal? What do you know, that type of stuff. So I can help you with that, but I won't go too detailed in it out here. I'll be honest with you on that part. Shout out Right Touch Cleaning and my boy Rio Pate and his wife Brandy, mastermind group members. He said Simple Green Pro D is what we use as well. Two or three caps and fill the rest with water. Yep, and that's usually what it takes for all. When you diluting all the products, it's usually about a 1 cap full, maybe 2 to 3, like he said. But yeah, don't take a lot. Don't waste your chemical. And like I said, most of the time you can just read it back anyway and it'll tell you. Alex Hugo says, started my first account in June 26th, and now I have accounts worth $6,300 a month with 2 workers. All I can do is tell you what I know. You know what I mean? Everybody else coming up here and they telling you what they know right after I finish telling you what I know. And the best part about it, when people come and tell me these days, is they appreciate it because they sat there and they listened to me video after video, read the book, might have bought a product or two, and then they did it right. You know what I mean? You're doing it right. Because it's easy to get $6,300 a month, even if you suck with a cleaning franchise, to be honest. It's just about if you did it right. Because if you got $6,300 a month and you running all over the place, you barely making money, you got all these fees that you're trying to pay because you owe so much money on these notes, then you might do it wrong and you ain't making no money, which means you're not going to be happy. But if you do it right and you follow the things that I put out, you're going to love it. That's all I'm going to say, man. I got so many people hit me up. It's just overwhelming and it's beautiful because you know how many people dream of having a business that can do $6,300 a month gross? All of these online marketers and stuff. I was falling for that. Like, anyway, I'm not gonna go too far on a tangent up here, but it's just like, that's good stuff, man. Shout out to Alice Hugo for that. Just got started and he doing it good. Let's see what else we got. Aaron Harris, he says, can you start a cleaning franchise with a felony? You can, but just call and talk to them about it first. You can be transparent. A lot of these guys, a lot of these master franchise owners keep it real with you. They didn't, because the truth of the matter is the most people that buy into a cleaning franchise is minority people. So it's black people, Mexican people, people that's not white. You know what I mean? And we usually don't come from great backgrounds. So the master franchise owners are used to dealing with people that with backgrounds. You know what I mean? People with backgrounds, people that aren't that well spoken, people that don't have any real business background. And so they good with dealing with those people. Now, why I come in, and I don't know why I'm telling y'all, but it just made me think. The reason why I come in is because even though they are good with dealing with them, they're not that good with teaching them business. You know, that's why I try to do my best to try to fill that gap. But anyway, but they are used to dealing with it, and they do understand that people have passed. So definitely call, talk to them, and see what they can do for you because they may be able to do it, they may not. It all depends. Did I pass my turn? It's possible. I'm gonna just keep driving until we figure it out, right? But anyway, Mike said, I'm in the mastermind group yet. Oh, you in there? I'm trying to figure out. You in the mastermind group? Oh, well, what's your name in there then? You might not be that active. I don't even know who some of my members is because everybody got different names on YouTube than they do on Facebook, and then they do on their PayPal account too. So I can't keep up, but let's see. Let's pop somewhere right quick so I can go find my turn after I finish talking to y'all. He said, let's see, where we at? I passed a lot of stuff. He said, okay, Gabriel said, Alice Hugo, how do you get accounts? Through the franchise, probably is his answer. Sierra Cook said, are y'all in the mastermind group yet? That's a good question, right? She said, AJ has a lot more personal in the group. And that's facts. I keep it, like, not that I don't keep it 100 out here, but I can be a little bit more detailed and give you more personal experiences because I learned that saying a lot of stuff out here can backfire sometime, like especially with taxes and stuff. You know what I mean? Got to be careful. Fabio told me that earlier, and I was hard-headed. I didn't listen to him. What else? What else we got? Mike said he is in the group though. He said not that he should, but he could easily charge double. I definitely, yeah, that's fact. You know, I practically try to give away the stuff just because I want to make sure that, number one, you not, I don't want to, oh, this Mike. Okay, this Mike. I know Mike. Yeah, Mike been bought in. Yeah, Mike was one of the first people. I just thought it just clicked. Yeah. All right, but anyway, he said, yeah, he said you could easily charge double. And I just try to do my best not to hurt people, especially if you were the franchise, you get enough fees. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hurt you more than what you already do. I will tell you this, if you do get in, and you join through your LLC, that'd be a smart thing to do because it's right off. Yeah, Mike Smith, yep. But you can write it off. You know what I mean? You can write your you can write off the payment that you pay to the mastermind group. And Mike Smith made me think of something too because he's white, and I said that the franchise owner is not used to dealing with people that's white, right? But just so y'all know, for my white listeners that's watching who might feel like I'm a little too biased to my black people, let me give y'all one gem and I'm gonna leave y'all alone. But you got an advantage because they're not used to dealing with white people. You know what I mean? They're used to dealing with people, and they're not used to dealing with affluent white people either. You know what I mean? So if they get a white person one time, you might get favored. That's just the honest to God truth. Because when you you got to deal with customers. And a lot of people coming straight from the street aren't where they need to be as far as customer service. So I'm able to switch it up. A lot of people are not able to switch it up. You know what I mean? But just something I thought out there. I'm gonna leave that shit alone though. I don't like to go too much on that. Let's see. Can you work your way up and become a master friend? Absolutely. It's not a promotion though. It's not nothing that they do. You stack your cash up and then you go buy a master franchise if you want to buy a master franchise. I think they'd be like 100,000 at the absolute least, and you got to have a certain net worth and all that type of stuff. Because I was looking into it. I'm trying to work my way up to that point, but for now I gotta do what I gotta do. Rio Pig said, he said, y'all need to get in the mastermind group. The knowledge is way well worth the money. We building in there every day. That's facts. Shout out Mike Smith, Brandon McIntyre. He also in the group. He said, what's up, AJ? Please join the mastermind group. I went from 1 account to 5 accounts in 2 months using AJ's advice. Also, not to mention with a full-time job as well. Now, that's huge right there because it's not easy to do this stuff with a job. And I know that for a fact because I started off doing with a full-time job. Shout out Brandon on that. Jules Lopez said, what's good, bro? Stay blessed. Thank you. Shout out Jules. Who was this? Sierra said, mastermind group is well worth the investment. Tell a friend. Thank y'all. Y'all made this my infomercial. I appreciate my mastermind. You see how we ride for each other? Y'all see how I ain't tell them to do this. You know what I mean? Anyway, Alice Hugo says, Gabriel, I got it. Through my franchise, now they ask me to get workers' compensation insurance so they can help me get large accounts. You probably did. Okay. Yep. Gotcha. I ain't gonna mess with that. Mike said, I'll attest to that. I'm a minority. Definitely, right? Definitely. He also says English, respectable demeanor. It'll get you far if you compare that with good work skills. Exactly. Because that's all I use. Point blank period is good, is demeanor. Good English, even though I don't always display that in these videos, right? And he said it'll get you far, but that's fact though. Shout out Angela Lewis Sanchez. She says, how does private owner get in contact with corporate offices? Any tips? Private owners get in contact with, call them, right? So go in there, go door to door, knock on, and say, how do y'all put in the work? All right, just go out there and figure it out though. No, I give you some tips. Go in there, ask how do they handle the cleaning services, and ask for and then they're gonna say, either they might say we handle it in house. They might say, oh, we already have somebody, and then you follow up and you say, well, how do you who usually handles that? That's all you need, that point of contact. All right, get the point of contact. If you see real estate signs and you see them building on stuff, see who name is up there, call them. Just get up, put yourself out there, get on LinkedIn and look for some contacts. I'ma just drop stuff everywhere. All right. King C says, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, bro. I appreciate it. Definitely, man. I appreciate you. Sierra said, the MMG is not only for cleaning businesses. I'm a private chef. The advice applies universally, and that's fact. Because matter of fact, I got a Facebook ads training video that I just did that I'm editing now, and I'm about to put that in it as well, and that can apply for anybody because I went over how I use it for my AJ Simmons online brand, selling my online products and stuff, but then I also went over how to use it for a service business. So, but anyway, Alice Hugo also says, AJ, do you do carpet cleaning too? Because it's very profitable from what I read online. I do carpet cleaning. I do. As a matter of fact, last time I was in Virginia, I did a quick carpet job before I came back down to Florida. All right, and I just told my brother how to do it so we can start accepting more. Angela says, thanks for telling. Yeah, I tried to tell as much as I could, but like I said, I can do more for you when you're in the group, but because I don't want to cheat myself. You know what I mean? I want to help as much as I possibly can, but I don't want to cheat myself either. But I appreciate you, and if you got any quick questions, hit me up on Instagram at AJ Simmons Online. Other than that, thank y'all. If you ain't in the group, get in the group. Y'all heard the members. Thank y'all. I'm AJ Simmons. I'm getting off. Good.